All right, guys, good morning. Chuck Mitchell back with you again. Today is June 28th, one day after Investor Day, and I want to do a quick little Hyliion video, kind of recap what I thought was important. Obviously, the whole thing was pretty important. First annual Investor Day, rather, and but two things really stood out to me, and I'm sure everyone here in Discord that's watching the video, you guys are going to remember these 2 points. The first being the Day Cab variant of ERX. I do think that that's going to probably happen sooner than Thomas says it is. He says 2025, and history has shown, besides the actual development of the ERX, that they like to do things a little bit faster. You know, getting Carno ready, or getting Carno at least into a prototype situation on the truck, and then also putting Carno out in a stationary application next year is going to be really exciting. But that Day Cab variant, guys, that pretty much, in my opinion, and the opinion of several other people I've talked to, kills Nikola. Absolutely kills them. And not that they're not going to kill themselves at this point with how much money they've spent, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling on that. But the second thing, guys, that I really appreciate about Hyliion is what Dennis Gallagher said during his time on the stage yesterday. And it was in response to a question that was delivered by somebody, maybe somebody there at the conference, or somebody who wrote it in via email. But the question was, what is the time frame on getting onto the OEM assembly line? And it was one of the most honest answers I think I've seen. Not that I've seen any dishonest answers, but one reason why I'm bullish on Hyliion, guys, is because the honesty that's required at this stage of the game to look inward at yourself, or as Hyliion is concerned, look inward on the company and say, we're still just starting, right? We have a kick-ass product. Everyone who's invested knows that. But we also have to deliver. And that's exactly what Mr. Gallagher said. His basic, almost word-for-word answer, I watched it several times now because it really just kind of hit home with me, was that he doesn't expect Peterbilt or anybody to reach out to him until they can prove, one, that this product is what it is, and two, that they can start and create these trucks at their headquarters in Austin. And I think that was just one of the most truthful and blunt answers that he could have given. And I think that was really something that, at least for me, brought full circle just how I feel about the product, how I feel about the company. They're honest. You know, like I said in one of my last videos, it's not a Nikola where we're just going to push a truck down a hill and make this real nice video and say, yeah, we can ship these to you right now. You know, and I appreciate that. You know, I mean, I would much rather have a little bit more of a delayed reaction to a vehicle that's actually correct and has been thought out and has been tested thoroughly than something that is thrown together just to make a share price go up. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in this for the long term, like most all of us are. You know, the realized gains on this are not going to happen this year. They're not going to happen next year, highly unlikely. You know, we're talking between 25 and 27 is my basic guesstimate on this, before Carno gets rolled out, before the Day Cab gets rolled out, and before really any big ERX orders are able to be placed and fulfilled on an OEM type line type situation, to where Hyliion doesn't have to eat the cost of these initial or of these basically decontented chassis, okay? Because right now they have to eat those until they're able to get on the assembly line. They have to eat that cost. Another small thing, along with those two things I just touched on, was they finally indicated how they get the chassis from Peterbilt. And they indicated that they basically receive it without an engine, without a drivetrain, basically, but they do come with the e-axles from Cummins. So that was good to kind of see how their logistical thought process is working. Now, obviously, Peterbilt is just up the road from Hyliion in the Fort Worth. I think they're in Denton. Can't quite remember, but they're in the Fort Worth, Dallas area, and just down the road is Hyliion in Austin. So they gave us a really good roadmap of how this is working. It's not just a concept in our mind that we can make up. They were very clear, and they said, "Yep, we get the truck. They bring it down to us. We put all of our software in it, all of our stuff, and test it out here. It goes back up to Peterbilt for final, kind of assembly and certification, and then it goes out to the customer." So that also reaffirms, guys, the relationship with Peterbilt that I feel is of the utmost importance. There's a couple things that Mr. Freeman Jones said in one of his videos that I liked about Werner Enterprises, which is also one of the founders' companies that is on for Hyliion right now. They use mainly Peterbilt. A friend of my dad's actually worked for Werner before he passed away several years ago, and he actually really enjoyed it. Apparently it's a fantastic company to work for, among other trucking companies that, maybe not have the best, or maybe don't have the best reputation, right? So, no, overall, guys, I think this is a really good investor day. I really think that there was I really think that they did a great job with the presentation, with going in depth on everything that they could. The day cab release, like I said, I think that's going to be a game changer in the long run. The market for a day cab is just beyond, to me, almost beyond an over the road truck. I mean, day cabs definitely have their place, and I think that with the right delivery and the right scalable options for that, I think it's going to be a game changer. Obviously, if ERX, the over-the-road ERX, flops and falls on its face, it won't matter. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen, but you have to be realistic in every case. So, once again, guys, I think it was a great day yesterday. I actually was able to. I was invited up by one of the Discord members, one of the moderators on one of the groups. His name's Dan, and he goes by Dan the Man on there. So had a great time with him. We went out for lunch after or during the break that they had between part 1 and 2, and it was good to catch up and good to kind of have somebody with the same bullish convictions that most all of us have. So. Shout out to you, Dan. Once again, I appreciate your hospitality, and I really appreciated having somebody with a like mind and having that deep understanding of why we're all here. We talked a lot about how people have gotten out of the stock, over the years. They got in it when it was 20 and have sold it now that it's down into the dollar range, and then how people like myself were fortunate enough to just come in right now and find out about the company. So he and I both realized that, there's still a long road ahead, just like most all of us here do. And, but keeping the faith, guys, and, trusting in Mr. Healy, which I have this entire time. I think he's very quiet during the interim periods, but when he delivers news, he delivers a lot of news. And I think that yesterday was a testament to that. So once again, I think that, we're on the right track here, and I think that we can really start getting something interesting going. Obviously, quarter 3 starts on July 1st on Saturday, so that's going to be a big time frame, guys. Certification's supposed to happen. They're already starting to build these trucks out in order to have them ready once that certification comes through. I think that certification will probably be our next catalyst. I'd love to end the year over the $2 mark for the stock price. That'd be really good. But we'll just have to see. And no, like I said, guys, interested in getting in touch with me personally, shoot me a message. Hit me up on Discord if you're on there, and we'll go from there. But we're getting up on about 10 minutes here, guys. So once again, I think it was a great earnings call. Looking forward to the future, and I think the sky's the limit at this point. So we'll just have to go with the flow and see what happens. But otherwise, guys, we will catch you later on the next video, and you guys have a great rest of your day.